Hi, everybody. Hi, Paul Weiss. Hi, Slendike. Thank you, Alexia, for that incredibly warm introduction. It is my honor to be standing up here as chair of the board of directors of this incredible organization. Last year, we were tasked with the daunting responsibility of finding a new executive director to follow in the enormous footsteps of Amy Barish, who would build our strong 30-year foundation and expand our work in new and exciting ways. I know I speak for the entire board here tonight when I say how thrilled we were to see Alexia's name among the list of truly top-notch candidates that we considered for the executive director role. And for those of you who don't know, Alexia is a brilliant and highly acclaimed lawyer who has litigated over a dozen high-impact social justice cases across the United States, including several at the Supreme Court, such as the Windsor case, paving the way for same-sex marriage. Alexia is a true changemaker with a passionate commitment to use their many talents to do good in this world. Alexia, we are so lucky to have you leading us in this critical work during this time of immense disruption and intense need. Thank you, Alexia. Thank you. And what an amazing way to kick off your first benefit with two of the most accomplished and beloved honorees we could imagine, Steve Zellin and Alice Eaton. The two of you, look at this room full of people you have brought together. It's incredible to support this critical cause in you. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor, and thank you for all you've done for her justice and the women and the families we serve. Steve, Alice, and I go way back together, the three of us, kind of like the Three Musketeers, really. Alice was a young distress financing lawyer, brand new at Paul Weiss when the financial crisis hit in 2008. Steve and I were leading the free fall bankruptcy of the largest newsprint and wood products company in North America called Abitibi-Bowater, which needed to restructure $8 billion of debt in an industry that was in a complete nosedive in the financial crisis. And I brought young Alice in to handle just the financing aspects of the case. That was it. I promised her. I didn't expect that Alice would dive in and become an all-around debtor's lawyer on the fly with her rare combination of brilliance, knowledge, tenacity, and grace. This is a professional who always steps forward in the face of a challenge, who is always calm, measured, and thoughtful, despite the uncertainty and chaos surrounding her. I could always get a good night's rest when Alice was on the job with me. And I know Alice was not sleeping, as I know she did not sleep last night. Alice has emerged as one of the most well-rounded and prominent bankruptcy lawyers in the industry, as I know all of you know, leading high-profile company-side cases like Revlon with Paul, and key ad hoc creditor groups like in Neiman Marcus. She is a deputy chair of the Paul Weiss Restructuring Department and recently was inducted into the American College of Bankruptcy, the highest honor in our industry. Alice takes her role as a leader in this industry very seriously, paving the path for others as she moves forward. I have seen firsthand that she is actively a mentor to young female lawyers, bankers, and financial advisors as they navigate their own path in our male-dominated field. But there is so much more to Alice than what we see at work. She is deeply committed to her family, who are out in force tonight. I don't know that I saw Greg. Is Greg? Yeah, there he is. Her brilliant, sweet, I love Greg, husband, and her beloved son, Andrew, is right there. The loves of Alice's life. And her parents are here too, along with aunts and uncles and cousins. I believe Alice's extended family makes up half the population of Maine, by the way. Many of you may remember or know of Alice's dad, John Belisle, who was a tough, shrewd, pioneer distress banker at manufacturers Hanover and then JP Morgan Chase back in the day. John, the apple does not fall far from the tree, though I might say Alice is more loved than feared in this industry. I know how proud you and Alice's mom, Suzanne, are tonight of Alice. Steve, you are a trusted colleague and a dear friend, and I know you know how much I love you, and your time will come up here in a moment. Alice, I truly, you're for later. You're for later. Alice, I truly adore and revere you as a colleague and a friend. I could not be more proud to be introducing you tonight. So without further ado, I invite Alice Belisle Eaton to the stage to receive tonight's first Honoree Award. Alice?
Wow, I guess I don't know what to say. Thank you, Kelly. It's a little hard to be up here to give a speech when you're kind of rendered speechless. So I have so many people to thank tonight. But before I get to that long list, I want to get a little bit personal with all 800 so of my close friends who are in this room tonight. Though I don't know them personally, I feel close to her justice clients. And you might ask how I can do that. It's easy for me because the women we represent are mostly moms. And the other moms in the room, you know what I'm talking about. There's kinship in motherhood. For so many of us, being a parent, being a mom, it's our most important label. I'm certainly a mom above all my other labels. And being a mom evokes a range of emotions, like the amazing, like joy, pride, and hope. Also the challenging and sometimes feeling helpless at what you can't change. We're wired to be protective, strong, and fierce for our children, even when life gets hard. No matter what, I will always fight to do right by my son. And my son Andrew is here with me tonight. And Andrew, I know you know this, but you're my guiding light and the person I want to make proud every day. And as soon as this event ends, I know you have to run back to Rutgers and finish a final project, which I know you will rock. And your dad and I are not only proud of you, we're impressed by all of your accomplishments. So I support Her Justice. I should say my husband Greg and I support Her Justice because we identify with our clients. These are fiercely loyal women who are fighters. These moms want to protect themselves and their kids, seeking a safer life. They have all the optimism to see a better path forward and the fortitude to defend themselves, but they don't have the necessary resources, and that's where we all come in. So I want to thank all of you, especially the restructuring community, all 99% of you in the room tonight, who gave so generously and turned out tonight. Each of your firms has my gratitude. And to all the members of the benefit committee who took time out of your impossibly busy schedules to fundraise, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Alexia, I miss you as my partner, and the clients of Her Justice are lucky to have you as their leader. And to the board of Her Justice, to Devin and Jillian and the Her Justice team, your commitment to Her Justice and our clients inspires us all. Now to my Paul Weiss team. I couldn't be prouder to be part of our firm and our restructuring department. The restructuring partners and associates, I really don't know what to say to you other than thank you for bringing your A game every day. You are amazing. And I'll also add that to my corporate and litigation partners here as well. Thank you. To Paul, Andy, you're out there somewhere, Brian and Ken, you guide and mentor me. You support my career. You're like my team of brothers by my side, and I really can't thank you enough. And I want to give a shout out to my family here tonight. Mom and Dad, thank you for showing me what good parenting looks like, and for being awesome grandparents to Andrew. And Dad, you introduced me into this crazy, lovable world of restructuring. And even though I'm not a little girl anymore, every single day, you're still carrying me on your shoulders. So thank you. Now, to my brother Aaron and my brother-in-law Robbie and my extended family here who are here tonight, your support and enthusiasm for all things Belisle family are part of my joy, and I love you all. And last, but really always first, is my husband Greg. You stayed up with me during all-nighters, including last night. You've heard more conference calls than any human being should possibly tolerate, and you do it all with a smile. And it's lucky for me, that your enthusiasm carries with me every day. So this honor is your honor too. And before I hand it off to Mr. Zellen, I want to tell a short story about the first time we met, which I don't know if I've ever told you this story, but I'll tell it to everybody here. Don't worry, it's not so bad. You were there, you were there. So you got to picture it. It's fall 1999, and I was 24 years old, just a couple of months into the job, a newly minted first-year associate, and I was wearing a suit and shoes bought from the discount rack of Filing's basement, and I was sitting in the Blackstone conference room on Park Avenue waiting for a meeting to start, and at that point I might have realized I was kind of punching above my weight. So, needless to say, I was completely freaked out by meeting you, and as it turned out, Art Newman for the first time. And since I was early to the meeting, because everybody knows I'm early to everything, I tried to calm my nerves with a cup of coffee, which turned out to be like a really big mistake. And since I never do anything in half measures, for those of you who know me, I was so jittery that I spilled not one, but 2 cups of coffee while waiting for the meeting to start. I mean, Blackstone served coffee in these like petite, delicate Lenox China teacups. Like, who really does that? That is so strange. But anyway, then Steve, you walked into the room with the rest of the team, and you were laughing with Ken Zeman about something. And you guys immediately, but you in particular, really put me at ease, because you jumped right into the theory of the case, although I don't think we called it back then. And I almost forgot that my unbelievably cheap suit reeked of conference room coffee. Steve, your charm is your calling card, and it's been my privilege to work with you over the years, and it's really an honor to be here with you tonight, and I thank you for sharing the stage with me. So thank you all.